Hello, everybody. Today is October 27th, 2025. This is the recording for the Kubeflow Model Registry bi-weekly meeting. Welcome. And as usual, just a friendly reminder that you can find all the recording on top of the Kubeflow community channel on YouTube with all the Model Registry recording. So if you miss on any recording, you can find the previous ones over there. And these meetings, as all the Kubeflow and CNCF meeting, is governed by the CNCF Code of Conduct that you can find linked in the agenda and on the CNCF website for the easiness of those connected with us live today. I'm sharing the link in the side chat. So today is likely a quick meeting, so we don't have too many agenda items open. A couple of points, however, that I would like to go through. First one is about the CNCF graduation task. Currently, we do not have any active items from neither the KSC or the security working group, except of some follow-ups from the previous Kubeflow community, where the Kubeflow community overall asked all working groups to follow up on security reports that was shared with the working group leads and other interested parties. So that was done. So I want to thank everybody who really helped for all the onboarding with the badges for the best practices, with the badges for the scorecards that are helping every time that I ping for any CVE that is going to be reported and typically ask for a dependency update. I want to share that I've taken that as an opportunity to hopefully correct something that was shared in that report, not yet published, I suppose, but it was, I think that it went overlooking a bit the job that the team has done here for the fuzzers and the static analysis. So this is the comment that I received from the security audit company that was assigned by CNCF to review not only Model Registry working group, but all the projects that are participating in this graduation. And they agree that the report should reflect that indeed we have API fuzzing in addition to the Google fuzzers, and the static analysis is actually embedded both in the CI and the Makefile. So hopefully this will be amended in the report before it will be published out. I just indeed wanted to call out for all the contribution that the QA roles have done in integrated schematics and the great support of Alessio and Chris in making sure that the fuzzers were made available for everybody and every contributors. So just as a reminder, we are 8 in the queue of the TOC. It is unlikely that, say, we will receive any news before KubeCon, which is next month in North America. But, here's hoping, and we can hope that we will receive sooner or later some graduation news. Are there any questions about this topic, or should I move to the next one? I take it as no questions, or otherwise you will let me know. So next topic that I want to bring to the attention is that we have been discussing about the potential opportunity for a project rename to make it more consistent with the current status of the project, meaning that the project is currently called Kubeflow Model Registry, but we have just more than Model Registry. We have the great effort of Model Catalog led by Paul and with contribution by all the team. And we have all the work that is done on the Model Registry Python client and the job integration with the great contribution from John, Eric, and Sini. So there is indeed this CAP that proposes to rename the project in accordance to the current status. The CAP has received some comments. I think that the CAP is actually in a good stage to be sort of like even proposed for review and eventually merged if we agree. So the CAP goes into more details about what I very badly summarized so far. So it just shows about what is the difference, say, in the scope of the model catalog patterns in comparison to model registry, and then indeed proposes what could be a good name for the project itself. So what I would like to ask the audience is to go and review this CAP. I will also share the link for convenience in the side chat. And I think that unless somebody has any specific comment, we can move the CAP into ready to be reviewed so that we can receive even more comments or feedback, and then eventually propose merging it by means of proposing to rename the project. Does anybody wants to comment on this point? Have any insights or comment or feedback?
I mean, mostly I'd like to see it move forward.
Yeah, Chris, your mic is maybe a little bit low. Try to speak again.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we're hearing you better.
I was just saying that mostly I'd like to see it move forward in terms of the
Yeah.
level of the discussion there.
No, I agree. I think it's like what we can do is that we can make it ready for review, and then sort of like socialize it so that we can gather some feedback. I think that would be great. Thank you, Chris. All right. Any other comments or suggestions here that people want to share? And if anybody actually wants to keep the name, it's fine to mention that too. So it's just the option zero, the solution zero. So I don't want to impose a name change, but I think it will greatly help.
Naming is every engineer's favorite topic. It always goes well.
Yeah, I know, right? By the way, let's say my suggestion would be to only consider the name change and agree on the name. The CAP doesn't go into the details about we must do the Git repo rename by certain dates, because frankly speaking, I would do that things last. It's merely to try to cast a wider net. And since the model registry project in Kubeflow already speaks to other components, to other capabilities, pardon, I think that will be a great step. All right. So please, it doesn't hurt if you wanted to even just make a comment on the PR and say, hey, this CAP should be open for review and we support all things. You can even just say, no, I don't want to rename it. That will also be a nice comment. All right. Moving on, the next item that I've captured as well is that we received some requests in the past from the platform working group to make some quick checks about the model catalog. We have some contributors, Kunal, who contributed to those checks. So indeed, thanks Kunal for your contribution, and indeed we made it integrated so that now every time that we bump the version, we have both the checks for the Kubeflow model registry and the Kubeflow catalog. So thanks a lot, Paul, as well for reviewing that PR. All right. I don't have any other item in the agenda. So does anybody have any additional last minute item that they want to share? I'm going once. I'm going twice. Right. Before just leaving, I just want to remind you and everybody who's maybe looking this recording that we are in a phase of nomination for the election for the Kubeflow steering committee. So you can join the Kubeflow community every Tuesday. This is an active item that is being discussed in the community. The nomination phase is open, so means that there is a GitHub issue on Kubeflow community where you can propose the name. You can even nominate yourself if you are on the eligible list. So just a friendly reminder to anybody, you present here today and anybody watching the recording, that this is the time that if you find somebody who contributed great, don't hesitate to at least nominate that person. I think that is a great show of support. I don't go into more details because the election process is very specifically described. So that will be the best venue where to look for more information on how the election process works. But given that the current phase is nomination, I think it's good to call out that you can show support to anybody who has been working in the community and that you think you should that person should consider running for the steering committee election. And so the great way to do that, there is a GitHub issue in Kubeflow community, but as well you can, the best venue is the Kubeflow community meeting that runs every Tuesday, so tomorrow. And with that, thank you everybody for your contribution that I see code moving in the code repo and new capabilities also sort of like getting close to completion. So thank you for those efforts, and please do consider that once you've wrapped up something, for your you got your PR merge and you got your capabilities progress, maybe it will be a great addition to as well show that one very quickly, very shortly. It doesn't have to be a full-blown demo. It can be even just be one screenshot that explain some part of the code. I think that could be a great way to share your contribution and as well any lesson learned that you had with the community. With that one, thank you everybody for your participation, and I'm going to stop the recording now. Bye-bye.